I made $14,500 trading this week using the simplest Fibonacci trading strategy that exists. So in this video, I'm going to break down the exact strategy that I use every single day that allows me to consistently make over $2,000 per day. And just to show you how simple this strategy actually is to learn, I'm going to put on a 15-minute timer for you on the screen right now. And what I'm going to do is, by the end of this video, by the end of this 15 minutes, you will understand everything that you need to know about the Fibonacci retracement strategy. So let's get started. If we look at my screen right now, you will see the exact trade that I took today, making over $2,000 on the day. This is all live in front of you. I'll even refresh the page so you can see. All right, everything is live. $2,000 done right in front of everybody, in front of my entire mentorship program that I teach in front of every single day. And as you can see, it only revolved around just this one simple idea, which is going to be the Fibonacci retracement and my entry model, which I will show you my entry model later. But first, we're going to have to understand the entirety of Fibonacci, how this works, why it works, and exactly how to set it up custom so that way you can use it the exact way I do. So taking a look at this right here, this area is called your golden pocket, okay? Every single time you see me using the fibs, you are going to see two things. You're going to see the golden pocket and you're going to see the 50%. So on this position, we ended up coming down to the Fibonacci, the golden pocket. We pushed off the golden pocket, and then we had a massive push through the actual level, giving us our entry. So what I want to do is, now that you guys have actually seen the trade, let's break the whole thing down and show exactly how we were able to do this. It's the same position every single day. Once you get it, you're never going to not get it. It's going to be stupid simple. Now, let's go ahead and start figuring out how to draw this from start to finish, though. I want you guys to really make sure that you are 100% locked in when it comes to this strategy. Grab your Fibonacci retracement tool. It's going to be right here at the top of your chart. Doesn't matter what you're trading. You could be trading QQQ, you could be trading NQ, you could be trading SPY, Apple. It doesn't matter at all. Grab your Fibonacci retracement chart and then grab from the top left to the bottom right. What you're going to see is your fib will most likely look very different to my fib. And so when I go in and click on this fib, you'll probably have a bunch of these options here. What I want you to do is take off everything except for these 5 numbers that you're seeing on your screen right now: 0, 65, 618, 1, and 0.5. These are going to be the only numbers that matter. Important thing that you guys need whenever you are trading the Fibonacci retracement strategy is you need to have trend, because the fibs work a very specific way. You're going to be in trend, right? Moving like this. And the way that fibs work is you draw from the bottom of your range to the top of your range, and you are able to spot exactly when the stock is most likely able to flip. And so what's the point of having a trend if you don't know when the trend is most likely going to shift, right? You don't know when the trend is most likely going to continue or when it's most likely going to flip. And so what we do using the fibs is we are able to know exactly what point we're most likely to retrace back to every single time. So think about it within your own trading. How useful would it be for you to know exactly when the stock is most likely going to continue or reverse? That's exactly what the Fibonacci retracement does. And so showing you today, we're going to break down a couple of examples, including today's trade that I took that made me over $2,000 on the day. We're going to go to the 1 hour time frame. This is where I typically draw my Fibonacci retracements. It's either going to be from the 1 hour or the 15-minute. And so as you can see, let me move my mic real quick. As you can see, we have 11 minutes left on the timer. So I only have a little bit of time to actually show you how to actually break this fully down. Don't worry, by the end of this video, we are going to absolutely have you 100% knowing how to use this fib, which is great. So on NQ, what we're going to do is we're going to find ourselves a range. Now, a range is very simple. It's going to be an area that has a very clearly defined and established top and bottom. And so, for example, we have a range here, top and bottom. We have a range here. Let me grab it. Bottom, top. We have a range here, top, bottom. So as you can see, these are all ranges, and these are all areas that you can actually draw your fibs from. And so whenever you go to draw your fib, the first thing you need to make sure is that you have this range established. If you don't have it, then it's going to be very difficult to be able to find your positions. So once you have that range established, you need to make sure that you draw from the left to the right whenever you are drawing your fibs. It's so important that you draw from the left to the right, because if you draw from right to left, your whole strategy breaks. Okay, so left to the right from one side to the other side. Now, as you can see, and I knew that that was wrong, that's why I wanted to come in and do this. There you go. Now, as you can see, we have ourselves a fib. Take a look at where we already bounce and where we push through. So the most important thing to pay attention to here, and this is something that I really need you to make sure that you have down, because this is, if you don't get this, it's like the biggest mistake that you can make with fibs, is you're not just entering on the bounce, right? You need to wait for your reaction. And this is where my entry model comes into play. So the most important thing that you have to have whenever you get to the Fibonacci golden pocket is going to be a reaction. And remember, guys, this is probably gonna be the most important thing that I talk about in this video. If you don't have a reaction at your level and you don't know what your reaction is, then you will not see a successful position. So what I do is I drop to the 5-minute time frame. That's typically going to be where I take the trades the most. And we're going to pay attention to one main thing right here. What happens when we touch this level? What ends up happening? Do we reverse off of it or do we continue through it, right? And so in this scenario, what I want to pay attention to is this candle right here. There's a reason why it's highlighted. The reason why it's highlighted is because this is going to be our reaction candle. Now, I have a strategy, an entry model that I use every single day called the TFC entry model. And so what it looks like is this. I want to see a trend, I want to see a failure, and a continuation through to actually establish my entry. And so with this, we want to see one main thing. We already know that we have trend to the downside, but look at all this consolidation. I want to make sure that I take a position once we actually break out of this consolidation period, right? So that's going to be a break of these lows will most likely break this here and give me my entry. So I have to see that before I get an entry at all. I will not be entering here. I won't be entering here, right? I'm going to be entering below the golden pocket and below this low to establish that we have ourselves trend on our side. That's the first thing. The next is that I need to see a failure within the market. And so as you can see here, we are coming down. We have a very strong, move down to this fib. And then this candle here does exactly what we want. We want to see this show one main thing. Are we going to reverse or are we going to continue in the same direction of trend? And this is where the next candle comes into handy here. We see that this next candle comes out and does this. This is my absolute confirmation, showing, okay, we are most likely to continue to the downside. The reason why, guys, is trading is a battle between buyers and sellers. And so in this scenario, we know exactly who won. Look at who has more momentum, the buyers or the sellers. Well, take a look at this candle here. This candle has a massive body, which shows that we are most likely going to continue to the downside on this trade. Now, there's one more thing that if you don't have, this position just wouldn't work, right? And if you don't have this, you most likely won't be able to trade this strategy at all. Literally, like it's so important. And that thing is going to be multi-time frame TFCs. This is key to my strategy working. If you literally, like if you take anything from this video, it's going to be multi-time frame analysis. I have TFCs on multiple time frames. Take a look at how we don't only just have a TFC on the 5-minute, but we also have a TFC on the 1 hour, showing us that we are most likely going to continue through those lows. That gives me so much confidence in this position to actually even size up if I wanted to, right? Because this is a super, super A+ trade. So every single trade I take looks like this, guys. But there's also another way that you can take this trade as well. And that's going to look like something like this. As you can see, we come up to the fib and we do the same thing again. We have our reaction here, but we have another reaction here. And take a look at what this reaction is, right? We have a strong wick off of the fib, which shows us that we most likely want to continue to the downside. Again, right? We know who's in control here. It's the sellers because of the overall price action that we're seeing at this point. So what do? Well, we want to see a break of lows. It's the same thing every single time. A break of lows and a stop loss over the fib. Now, this is an 88-point stop, which is the reason why I wouldn't take the position, to be 100% honest with you. And that's why I didn't take this position, right? This becomes an 88-point stop. And what's very important is to make sure you know exactly where you are placing those stop losses. So for me, I want to make sure my stop loss is always over the point of invalidation. So my stop loss goes over the fib on the other side of the fib for my entry. And here you can see we end up coming straight down to my overall target, which is going to be the overall range that we had before. So on the 15-minute, you can see we have this bottom right here. This is where my overall target is going to be, right? It's the same exact thing every single day. And one main thing that you have to make sure that you're doing on every position is making sure that you have a TFC. I know how much you want to take these kinds of candles here, right? I know, because it's like, it's everybody wants to do it. Everybody wants to catch these, 100-point candles. But in reality, what's the real thing that's going to happen? Well, what's most likely going to happen is you take the break, and then this thing reverses on you and you end up getting stopped out and you end up losing, right? What I want you guys to do to turn this from a 50% win rate strategy to an 80% win rate strategy is to be very pick and choosy on your positions and make sure that you are only taking positions that have a TFC and a continuation over the level, right? This is going to be the same thing every single day. So as you can see, we have that TFC, we have a beautiful move, and even on NQ here, we have another beautiful move and another TFC down below the level. Again, I wouldn't take this just because of the overall stop loss, but as you can see, that's exactly what I do on every single day. Every single trade looks the exact same for me. And guys, it's not just me. As you can see, there are students that are doing this every single day. I have a one-on-one mentorship program where I literally work with people directly one-on-one. I want you to see the proof in your own eyes that this strategy is absolutely insanely powerful. And once you adopt it, it will change the way that you see the market, because you're no longer just trading based on your own thoughts and your own like, oh, maybe this will work, maybe this won't. And you have an actual system behind you. I mean, take a look here. We have a student making $800, students making literally a $10,000 day on a Take Profit Pro account, which is absolutely insane. We have students making $645, students making $420. And as you can see, it's the same strategy. 25-point stop over the Fibonacci retracement area, over the golden pocket, 2.64 to 1 risk to reward. They're doing this every single day, guys. It's not just me. And so with that being said, everybody that is watching this right now, there's one main thing that you have to understand. Trading is not just going to be based on your strategy. I will say this over and over and over again. Just because you have this strategy doesn't mean you'll be successful, right? All of these one-on-one mentorship students, by the way, take a look. Every single student you're seeing here has a one-on-one direct chat with me, right? Every single one. And the reason why I do this is because I want to make sure that I am 100% with every student, going over, looking over their shoulder and analyzing every trade they take. That's just me personally as a mentor, right? I don't think any other mentor in the space does it, but that's just what I do. And what I've noticed with every single student here is that the strategy is super easy. They get the strategy down and it's like 100% guaranteed, boom, they're done. Strategy's easy. But then it's their mental that becomes the biggest problem, right? Now, by the way, if you want to work with me and you want to actually work one-on-one with a mentor, not these fake one-on-one mentorships that other people do, but genuine one-on-one work with me to be able to actually scale your trading further, go to the first link in the description you'll see right here to apply to SOA. Once you go through, you'll go straight to my website, and this will take you to be able to put in an application. Remember, guys, I'm giving like actual one-on-one time to every single student here. So I only have 10 spots available. I'm not just saying that, right? Like look at how many people I have to work with one-on-one with already. So 10 spots available. It's first come, first serve. If you want to work with me, just go to the first link in the description, apply to join SOA. And if you get accepted, you will get the chance to work directly with me one-on-one every single day. Now, like I said, though, with these students, there's one main thing that they have to understand, and that is going to be that your mental is significantly more important than your strategy. All of these students here have gone through this realization. So on the screen right now, right above me, actually, I'm going to put it right above me right here, is going to be a video that goes over mentals. It goes over my $10,000 day that I had with TPT, and basically exactly how I'm able to get there mentally, exactly how I'm able to build myself mentally to be able to take these big positions, to be able to actually maintain these profitable days and actually have, $40,000 months, $30,000 months. If that's something that you're interested in, click that video right there. I promise you, this is a video that you need to see. So with that being said, guys, thank you for, I think we're at like 45,000 subs now. We're so close to 50K. So subscribe. I will see you guys all in the next one. Adios, everybody. Goodbye.